Good afternoon. I'm Dick Brennan. We are following breaking news into the CBS 2 newsroom. 3 law enforcement officers have been shot in the West Village. Happened just after 1 p.m. We understand all are in stable condition. A suspect has also been shot. Let's go live to the West Village where Alice Gaynor is standing by. Alice, what do we know at the scene?
Good afternoon, Dick. Take a look behind me. Still a very active scene here. This is the area of West 4th Street. You can see roads are blocked off. You can hear the sirens right now. Just a ton of law enforcement officers here. It appears that they were going in and out of a red brick building over there. Not sure exactly what that is. This is a busy street over here. There are bars. There are various salons over here. We were speaking with one woman earlier. Now, you were walking to visit your granddaughter. Just describe for us what you saw.
Well, I walked around the corner and I saw a crowd starting, and I saw a few police officers, and the next thing I know, they started stripping those blues and telling everybody to move back, and then there were cars galore, officers running with their heavy vests saying U.S. Task Force, U.S. Fugitive, U.S. Terrorism, and then a U.S. Marshal came in. It was quite, I think everybody who had to be here was here.
Were they saying anything to the crowd at all? Did you hear anything? You didn't hear any gunshots fired?
No. I think it was already, that part must have been over, whatever it was, because they were somebody in the building, in one of those buildings. I saw them take a gurney out of the ambulance and carry it up there, and then about 15 minutes later you saw them bringing it down. I couldn't see if anybody was in there because they already pushed us over here.
And just describe how the scene has changed since you've been here. Obviously, there's a huge crowd gathered here now, but in regards to the law enforcement officers, have you seen more and more showing up?
No, they look like a lot of them have left, although the cars are still here. I mean, I didn't see anybody come back out who had those vests on.
But it was definitely that red brick building over to the left that you saw them coming in and out of?
One of them, I don't know if it was a second or third one, but definitely one of those buildings.
Okay, so Dick Brennan, that's what we have at the scene right now. You could see still very active here. We have law enforcement from several agencies. They're constantly pushing us back, making way for more vehicles to come in and out of the scene here. As you mentioned, 4 people in total were shot. The suspect was shot, suffered life-threatening injuries. The 3 officers, 2 U.S. Marshals, and a member of the NYPD Fugitive Task Force, they were shot. They are in stable condition at Bellevue Hospital. As soon as we get some more information here at the scene, we will bring you the very latest. For now, we're going to send it back to you in the studio, Dick.
All right, Alice, just stand by. We have a little more information we can tell you. We understand that 2 of these law enforcement officials were U.S. Marshals. One was a member of the NYPD Fugitive Task Force. Now, we had a witness whom we spoke to on the scene who told us that of the 3 law enforcement officials, one was seen bleeding in the backside, another was seen, at least it appeared, that being shot in the arm. Now, we can tell you all 3 law enforcement officers are in stable condition. The suspect, we're told, was shot also, but his injuries are said to be life-threatening. Now, put this in perspective. The U.S. Marshals and the NYPD Fugitive Task Force frequently will swoop into a scene where there is a very dangerous and often armed suspect. We don't know the circumstances in this situation, but I can tell you from having seen them up close, they will surround a perimeter, determine if the suspect is inside, and if they do, they will send someone in, usually with a radio. He will radio to the outside team, and then the teams will move in. From our knowledge of seeing these men operate, they are usually extremely heavily armed, and they're fortified with body armor. And they're fortified with body armor and with helmets. And perhaps that contributed to the fact that the 3 law enforcement officials are in stable condition and thankfully did not suffer life-threatening injuries. They're also told that in these situations, these suspects are often desperate men. They're usually wanted on very serious crimes. Just to emphasize, we don't know what the circumstances of this case are. But when they're desperate, when they want to avoid what could be a very long prison sentence, often they get violent, and that's why these situations are so difficult. You know, Alice, I have to ask you, if you're standing by there, the witness said that it appeared that all the officers were leaving the scene, which leads us to believe that this situation is contained. As far as our information is that this was the one suspect that they were looking for. Do you have any other information that something else might be developing on the scene? To Alice.
Well, that's the sense we get here as well, Dick, that it is very much contained. You know, we continue to see more emergency vehicles coming in and out of the scene, but it's a little bit more calm than it was before. Officers are standing by. It's hard to see from where we are because they are, in fact, pushing us over to the curb so they can let more of these vehicles and more of these officers come through. But everything looks to be contained at this time, Dick.
very good, Alice. We're going to show you some exclusive video we have of the scene of one of the law enforcement officers who had been shot. We told you, we described that he had a bloody backside. We should just tell you, though, the good news is that the 3 law enforcement officials are all in stable condition. One suspect is in custody. His injuries are said to be life-threatening, but we can tell you right now, and based on what Alice is telling us, the scene is contained. We will have much more for you coming up on CBS 2 News at 5. For now, I'm Dick Brennan, CBS 2 News. Much more later on.
This has been Breaking News.